to move over there and then.
Okay. So I'll just. What are you doing? No.
Hi everybody, welcome.
Hello. Guys.
This is our first time that we've done this with the Girl Scouts. So it's a learning process. It's experimental, so hopefully it all works out. What, Penny?
Are we being live?
She's gonna tape it now. Yeah, we're live.
Yay, recording.
So in just a moment, we're going to turn on our rolls, and everyone's gonna be a part of the judicial system.
Ready?
So just be careful with sound. All your voices are gonna get picked up on these microphones.
Okay.
I know. And the girls worked really hard for this. They got really excited, so hopefully you guys all enjoy.
Thank you. Not this.
Everybody, girls ready?
No. I'm not. Yes, I am now. I switched up my mind.
So for now, we're gonna pretend you guys are all members of the jury panel.
Wait.
But behind the scenes, only those 4 ladies are getting picked, okay? So none of you have to worry. Members of the jury panel, welcome to the courtroom. I am Jennifer Stern, and I'm going to be presiding over this trial. Some of you are about to be selected as jurors in this case, so I want to explain to you what that involves and what the role is of a judge and the jury. Before I continue, I want to thank you all for being here. Trial by jury is the foundation of the American judicial system. In a civil case, it is the duty of the jury to decide issues of facts in disputes over matters such as property rights, contracts, and personal injury matters. In a criminal case, it is the individuals who serve on the juries that the parties rely upon to find justice. Our judicial system will not work without each of you here. The members of the jury are a part of the court itself. Your work is just as important as that of the judge. The jury's responsibility is to evaluate fairly the testimony and other evidence presented at trial. You're going to apply the law to the facts, and you're going to decide whether the defendant in this case is guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. My role at the trial as the judge is to help ensure a fair and orderly trial, ladies, in accordance with our law. I do that by presiding over the trial, deciding questions of law as they arise, and explaining to you, the jury, what the law is. So we're both judges in this case. You're going to be judges of the facts, and you're going to listen to the facts, and I'm going to help interpret the law, okay?
Okay.
And with that, I'm going to bring some of you up for what we call jury selection. So completely at random, I'm going to select juror number 1. Juror number 1, will you please come to the first chair? Can you please state your name for the record?
My name is Joel Wilson.
And how old are you?
36 years old.
Have you ever been a juror before?
5 times. I keep getting picked to be a juror. My husband never gets picked. I guess it is because the judges can tell that I am very fair. I love to listen to the argument and give my honest opinion.
What do you do for work, Joan?
I'm a math teacher. I work at Eastern High School. I have worked there for 10 years. I also coach the math club there.
So you've heard a little bit about this case already. Are you able to be a fair and impartial juror in this matter?
Yes, of course.
Thank you very much, juror number 1. You can be seated back in your seat. I'd like to call up juror number 2. Good evening, juror number 2. Can you please state your name for the record?
My name is Mary Smith.
How old are you?
21 years old.
Have you ever been a juror before?
No, this is my first time. I am very excited.
Very nice. What do you do for work?
I just graduated from college in New York City. It was amazing. I learned so much and got to experience so many fun things. I want to be an actress on Broadway. That's my dream.
So you've also heard a little bit about this case already. Are you able to be a fair and impartial juror in this matter?
Yes.
Thank you very much. You can be seated back in the front row. Good stretch. Juror number 3, can you please come up to the bench? You can hold it. Juror number 3, please state your name for the record.
My name is Kate Malone,
How old are you?
32 years old.
Have you ever been a juror before?
Yes, I was a foreman of a jury once.
Oh, okay. What do you do for work?
I'm a doctor, a pediatrician. I love helping people and being around children.
Now, you've heard a little bit about this case already. Are you able to be a fair and impartial jury in this matter?
Yes.
Well, thank you very much. You can be seated. Juror number 4, can you please come up? You can hold the mic. Juror number 4, can you please state your name for the record?
My name is Annie Wilcox,
How old are you?
45 years old.
Have you ever been a juror before?
No, I have never been picked to be part of a jury before, even though I receive a notice to go to jury duty every few years. I always show up, never give excuses, since I think it is so important to participate in the court system.
What do you do for work?
I'm a scientist. I work in the lab, and we create medicine to help sick people. I love my job. I think I'm really making a difference in this world.
Very nice. You heard a little bit about this case already. Are you able to be a fair and impartial juror in this matter?
Yes.
Thank you very much. You can be seated. Okay, jurors. Could you please stand and raise your right hand, all 4 of you? Members of the jury, do each of you solemnly declare and affirm that you will hear and consider carefully all of the evidence today, that you will weigh the case intelligently and impartially? If you agree, say "I do."
I do.
Do you agree to put out of your mind all sympathy and prejudice and consider only the law and the evidence? If you agree, say "I do."
I do.
Thank you. You're all jurors in this case. Okay, this is the case of Mama Bear, Papa Bear, and Baby Bear versus Goldilocks. As I understand the pleadings, the charge against Goldilocks is that she showed bad manners. Are there any opening statements?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Attorney for Bears number 1, will you please take the mic and approach the bench?
You take my mic.
Hold on. The bailiff will help. Thank you, Attorney for Bears number 1. You can proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. In this case, we will show that one crisp fall morning, Mama Bear got up early and made a steaming bowl of porridge. She intended to serve the bowl of porridge to Papa Bear, Baby Bear, and Baby Bear for breakfast. We will further show that because the porridge was too hot, the bears decided to take a walk in the forest. While walking in the forest, Goldilocks entered the home of the 3 bears and ate some porridge out of the bowls of Mama Bear and Papa Bear. She ate all the porridge from the bowl of Baby Bear. After eating Baby Bear's porridge, Goldilocks sat down in Baby Bear's chair and broke it. After breaking Baby Bear's chair, Goldilocks went upstairs and fell asleep in Baby Bear's bed. Through our evidence, we will show that Goldilocks did not use good manners in her actions. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, attorney for Bears number 1. Does the attorney for Goldilocks have any opening statement? If you do, please walk over to the bailiff and she'll help you.
Yes, Your Honor. These charges of bad manners against Goldilocks are ridiculous. We will show that the Bears invited Goldilocks into their homes by leaving the door open. Goldilocks was walking in the forest, minding her own business and picking her flowers when she smelled the sweet aroma of porridge cooking. She had been in the forest many times before, and she knew where the bears lived. Goldilocks merely thought she was invited for breakfast. We thoroughly show that the porridge was so good that Goldilocks decided to take a nap so that she could sleep off her breakfast. We will show that Goldilocks was a guest and certainly did not deserve any bad manners.
Thank you very much. Attorney for Bears, would you like to call your first witness? Attorney for Bears number 1.
I will call Mama Bear as my first witness.
Very good. Mama Bear, will you please approach the bench? Come sit over here. Attorney, your witness is right behind you. Okay, I'm going to swear in the witness. Please raise your right paw. Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay. You're seated, so.
Please state your name.
Mama Bear.
My name is Mama Bear. That's first name Mama, last name Bear.
Where do you live?
I live in a little cottage in the forest. The forest is surrounded by flowers and trees. It is a pretty little home.
Is that forest located in Voorhees, New Jersey?
Yes, it is.
Who else lives in the house?
My husband, Papa Bear, and our little bear, Baby Bear, live with me.
On the morning of October 26, 2018, did you make breakfast for your family?
Yes, I did. I always make a wholesome, nutritious breakfast for my family, as they are fond of porridge. I made porridge on that particular day, and as I always do, I sprinkled the porridge with honey, a pinch of cinnamon, and 2 pawfuls of raisins. Papa Bear especially likes 2 pawfuls of raisins.
Did anyone eat their breakfast?
Well, it was too hot and needed to cool down, so I thought it would be fabulous. It would be a fabulous idea if we all went for a lovely walk before we ate it. So we all went to put our shoes and coats on and went to take a walk in the forest.
Before you left the home, did you close the door?
Of course. We never leave the house door closed. Well, unless Baby Bear left it open. I'm just not sure.
How long was your walk?
I think it was about 20 minutes. It was such a beautiful day out. We just walked around looking at flowers.
When you got back to the house, what happened?
Well, we noticed the door was open, which did not make any sense. And then we looked at the porridge bowls. One of them looked like it was eaten. I could not believe it. But since we did not eat breakfast yet, I ran into the kitchen to make some more. I do not really know what happened next. You should ask Papa Bear.
Thank you, Mama Bear. Next, we will call Papa Bear to the stand.
Thank you, Mama Bear. You can sit back in your seat. Papa Bear, please approach the bench. Please raise your right paw. Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Please.
Say yes.
Yes. Please state your name.
My name is Papa Bear.
Do you live in the forest with Mama Bear and
Yes,
Baby
that's our
Bear?
home. Yes, that's our home. It is located in Voorhees, New Jersey.
Very well. When you got back from your walk in the forest, what did you notice?
Oh. Well, first I noticed that the door was open. I told Baby Bear to close it several times, but I guess she forgot. I'm going to have to speak with Baby Bear about forgetting to close the door when I tell her to.
Did you smell porridge in the house?
Oh yes, it smelled delicious. Mama Bear is the best porridge maker in the whole forest. I especially like the 2 pawfuls of cinnamon and raisin she put in it.
Attorney for Lots number 1, do you have something to say?
Your Honor, we know Mama Bear makes good porridge. We will stipulate for the good record that Mama Bear's porridge is the best porridge in the whole wide world. Not to mention the best porridge in Voorhees.
So stipulated. Attorney for Bears?
When you got back to the house, what did you notice first?
Well, I went over to eat my bowl of porridge. When I looked in the porridge bowl, there was none there.
Did you say anything?
Yes, I growled. Somebody been eating my porridge.
Your Honor, I asked that this bowl will be marked as an exhibit and admitted as an advice.
You want to admit this bowl as evidence? Can I see it first? Thank you, bailiff. Okay, this is now admitted into evidence as Exhibit A.
Papa Bear, I now hand you what has been marked as Bear's Exhibit A. Is that your bowl?
Yes, can't you see it, Papa Bear on it?
Oh, is the bowl of porridge that was sitting on your table?
Yes, it is. I never ate my porridge from any bowl except that bowl.
And when you came back from your walk in the forest, is this the way you found it?
Yes, it was empty just like it is now.
Papa Bear, after you discovered your porridge bowl empty, what did you do?
I walked into the living room.
And what did you see?
My favorite Papa Bear chair and Mama Bear chair Baby Bear gave me for Father's Day last year.
Did you say anything upon noticing that somebody has been sitting in your chair?
Yes, I growled. Somebody been sitting in my chair.
Then what did you do?
Well, I getting suspicious, so I went upstairs.
What did you notice upstairs?
I noticed that my bed had been messed up.
Your Honor, I object. We all know that Papa Bear never makes his bed until Mama Bear makes it in the morning. How do we know that the bed was messed up? From Papa Bear sleeping in it.
Okay, sustained.
Papa Bear, did you make your bed that morning?
Yes, I made it, especially for that morning to make my bed as a birthday present for Mama Bear.
And when you got back, was the bed messed up?
Yes, it was.
Did you say anything?
Yes, I growled. Somebody been sleeping in my bed.
Did you see anyone sleeping in your bed?
No, I did not. I went back downstairs.
Papa Bear, that's all the questions I have for you.
Thank you, Papa Bear. You can go back to your seat.
Next, we will call Baby Bear to the witness stand.
And put your paper down, okay? Let me swear you in first. Baby Bear, please raise your right paw. Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Go ahead, attorney.
What is your name?
My name is Baby Bear. I live with my mommy and daddy Bear in a little cottage in Voorhees, New Jersey.
Do you go to school?
Yes, I attend Ocean Elementary in Voorhees, New Jersey.
I see. And who is your teacher at school?
My teacher is Miss Dougherty.
And do you always listen to your teacher at school?
Well, most of the time. Most of the time I do.
And has your teacher told you to close the door when you leave a room?
Well, she's trying to teach me to do that, but sometimes I forget. You see, I'm still a baby bear.
On the morning of October 26, 2018, did you go for a walk with your mommy and daddy in the forest?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. The porridge was too hot and I could not eat it. So Mama Bear thought we could go for a walk and see the birdies, the bunny rabbits, and the other animals that live in the forest. I like to watch the birdies and the bunny rabbits. One time I even saw a deer in the forest.
When you got back from the forest, what did you see?
I went with my daddy to sit down to eat my breakfast. And when I sat down, my porridge bowl was empty.
And what did you say?
I said, somebody's been eating my porridge too, and they ate it all up.
Your Honor, I would like to mark this bowl as Bears Exhibit B.
Okay, let me see it. Thank you, bailiff. So marked, this is now Exhibit B.
Is this your porridge bowl?
Yes, it is. My grandma gave it to me when I was a teeny baby. I was just a little cub when she gave it to me. She gave it to me because she knew I liked to eat porridge for breakfast.
Is that the bowl that was empty when you came back into your house from a walk in the forest?
Yes, it is.
And then what did you do, Baby Bear?
I went into my living room and I saw that my favorite chair was broken. Grandpa gave it to me gave me the chair for my second birthday, so I can sit down with Mama Bear and Papa Bear. I mainly used it to watch television. You know, my favorite programs are Uni Bear and the football games between the Chicago Bears and the Philadelphia Eagles. Of course, I wrote for the Bears.
Yes, I know. And when you saw your chair, what did you say?
I said, somebody's been sitting in my chair, and they broke it. I was very sad about my chair being broken because it was my favorite.
Your Honor, I would like to mark this chair as Bears Exhibit C.
Okay, let's see this chair.
My precious.
That's why that...
So marked as Exhibit C.
You have to say okay.
Okay.
Baby Bear, is that your chair?
Yes, it is. I really feel sad because it is broken. Papa Bear is going to fix it, but he's very slow at doing things sometimes. I guess Mama Bear will have to talk to him about it.
And then what did you do?
I went upstairs to my bedroom.
Did you make your bed that morning?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did on that morning because it was Mama Bear's birthday. Daddy Bear and I wanted to surprise her because we sometimes, well, most of the time, forget to make our beds. Mama Bear scolds us for it.
I see, but did you make your bed that morning?
Well, Daddy Bear helped me, but we made it, yes. I even put my little pillow neatly on the top of the bed.
And when you went back upstairs, what did you see?
When I went back upstairs, my little pillow was gone. I approached the bed. I saw these golden locks. I then peeked under the covers, and I saw a little girl. And I shouted, "Somebody's been sleeping in my bed!" And there she is! It's a little girl!
What did the little girl do?
She got up and ran so fast that I hardly saw her. I just saw these golden locks as she ran out the door.
Is the little girl who was sleeping in your bed here today?
Well, that little girl over there with the golden hair looks like her, but I really did not get a very good view. It could be her.
Your Honor, I would like to mark this pillow as Bears Exhibit D. Is this your pillow?
Yes, it is. My Aunt Kelly made it for me when I was a baby.
Baby Bear, you don't have golden hair, do you?
No, I don't. My hair is brown and furry like my mommy and daddy's.
There is golden hair on this pillow. Could that be Goldilocks' hair?
I guess so. It's not mine.
Very well, Baby Bear. Do you have anything further to say?
Well, I don't blame the little girl for wanting to take me and eat my porridge. And Mama Bear can always make more porridge. But I wish she had not broken my chair. That really is my favorite chair.
Thank you, Baby Bear.
Baby Bear, you can get down. Thank you. Anything further, attorneys?
Your Honor, that is all of our evidence. The bears rest.
Very well. We will now hear Goldilocks' side of the case. Attorney, would you please come on over here? Get your script.
Your Honor, as my first witness, I will call Goldilocks.
Goldilocks, will you please come to the bench?
What is your name?
My name is Goldenlocks. Well, I am also called Goldilocks. When I was born, my mother said I had golden locks. And so from that day forward, I have been known as Goldilocks.
You have very pretty Goldilocks. Goldilocks.
Thank you.
Where do you live?
I live with my mother Locks, my father Locks, my little baby brother Locks, my kitty cat Fluffy Locks, and Funny Locks in Voorhees, New Jersey. Oh yes, I also live with my dog Ruff Locks. Ruff needs a haircut right now.
Oh, that's very interesting. And is your house located anywhere near the house of Baby Bear?
Oh yes, Baby Bear and I see each other quite often while walking in the forest. I like to walk through the forest and pick flowers. I also like to watch the bunny rabbits and deer in the forest. Baby Bear and I also attend the same school. That is Osage Elementary. My mommy takes me every day to school. Sometimes I take some of the flowers, which I have picked in the forest.
And is your teacher also Miss Dougherty?
Yes, she is. We play games and read books and sing and have a snack.
And I'm sure your teacher, along with your mother and father, have told you never to go into a strange house?
Yes, they have, but sometimes I forget, especially when the porridge smells so good.
Now, Goldie, on the day in question, were you out walking in the forest?
Yes, I was. I was picking flowers in the forest early one morning. I like to go out early in the morning because that's when I see the most bunny rabbits, and sometimes I even see a deer.
And as you were walking in the forest, what did you smell?
I smelled the most yummy porridge coming from the house in the forest. I followed my nose until I came to a brown house, which had the name Bear on the front. I knocked on the door, but I did not see anybody home. The smell was so good, and I had not had any breakfast that morning since Mommy does not fix breakfast until I get back from my morning walk. In fact, sometimes she even goes with me.
I see. And then what did you do?
I knocked on the door several times, but nobody answered. As the door was open, I figured that the people
who lived in the house must be close.
Did you enter the house?
Yes, I did, but the door was wide open. I followed my nose right to the kitchen. There I was. There I saw 3 bowls of porridge.
When you saw the 3 bowls of porridge, what did you say?
I said, "Oh, my porridge!"
Then what did you do?
I tasted some porridge from Papa Bear's great big bowl. It was too hot. Then I tasted the porridge from Mama Bear's medium-sized bowl, but it was too cold. Then I tasted some porridge from Baby Bear's bowl. It was just right, and I was so hungry I ate it all up.
Were the bears in the house while you were eating the porridge?
No, I figured they must be nearby. I guess I got so excited eating the porridge that I forgot about the bears.
Then what did you do?
Well, my tummy was so full of yummy porridge that I went into the living room to thank the person who had made the porridge and to tell her how good the porridge was. My mother said, I always should say thank you. Thank you when somebody does something nice for you.
Did you find anybody?
No, I didn't. Sometimes I decided to sit down in the chair to wait for the person to come home so I could tell her how good the porridge was. I wanted her to give me the recipe so I could give it to my mommy. My mommy makes good porridge, but it doesn't taste quite as good as the porridge I had at the bear's house. Yes, I think it's the waffles of raisins that makes it taste so good.
Did you sit down?
Yes, I did. In fact, I sat in this great big chair, but it was too hard and too big. I did not feel comfortable in it. It looked like a papa's chair. My daddy has one like it at home. Then I sat in a smaller chair, but it was too soft. It was kind of like the chair my mommy sits in at home. Then I sat down in this chair, which seemed to be just right.
What happened when you sat in the chair?
It broke, but I think the chair was already broken when I sat in it, and that it was just sitting there as a decoration. As little as I weigh, I'm sure my weight wouldn't have broken it if it had already been broken.
Then what did you do?
I was so sad when I saw the broken chair that I decided to go upstairs and wait for the bears to come home so I could tell them about it. I went into a room which was decorated a lot like my room at home and sat down on a bed to wait for the bears to come home. I think I was crying a little bit too about breaking the chair. Well, the bears did not come home right away, and I must have closed my eyes to wait for them. I fell asleep on Baby Bear's bed. The next thing I remember before I fell asleep on Baby Bear's bed was that I also tried Baby Bear's bed and Mama Bear's bed, but they were too hard. I guess I messed their beds up a little bit too. Although Papa Bear's bed had not been made very well, it looked like he did it himself.
What do you remember next?
The next thing I remember, there were 3 bears standing around me. Papa Bear looked very, very mad, and he said, "Somebody's been sleeping in my bed." Then I heard Mama Bear say, "Somebody's been sleeping in my bed." I was so frightened that I got up and ran right out the door to my mother.
Goldilocks, as I recall your testimony, you ate the porch because it smelled so good. And you were hungry. You had not knocked the door down, but walked in the open door, thinking the people would not care. The chair was broken when you sat down to wait for the maker of the porch to tell her how good the porridge was, and you accidentally fell asleep on the bed?
That's right.
You did not mean anybody any harm, did you, Goldilocks?
Of course not. It looked like such a friendly house, and I knew that Baby Bear lived there. I see her at preschool many times. She even told me that sometimes I should come over and have some porridge with her because her mother made it so good. I really didn't mean to harm anything, and I'm really sorry about the chair, but I still don't think I broke it.
Thank you, Goldie. That's all the questions next week. We'll call Miss Goldie, Miss Locks to the stand next.
Thank you, Goldilocks. You can go back to your seat. Sit right here. Put your mic right in front of you and hold it. The little one.
What is your name?
My name is Curly Locks.
Where do you live?
I live on 123 Main Street, Voorhees, New Jersey.
And are you the mother of Goldilocks?
Oh yes, I am. She's my little girl.
What kind of little girl is Goldilocks?
Goldie essentially is a little good girl. She is mischievous like most little girls, but she tries always to do the right things. Sometimes she forgets. I do have one trouble with her, and that she likes to wander through the forest picking flowers. She tells me that she likes to look at the bunny rabbits and deer. Most of the time I go with her, but on the morning in question, I was getting ready for a bridge club meeting.
You say Goldilocks is essentially a good girl. Does she say please?
Most of the time.
And does she say thank you?
Oh, I have taught her to say thank you, and her teachers at school have taught her to say thank you. And she says thank you most of the time when she remembers, but like most little girls, sometimes she forgets.
Does she help you with the dishes?
Well, most of the time, but especially when Sophia the First is on television, she runs downstairs and watches television and forgets to help me with the dishes. But I understand, especially when princesses are on television. That's her favorite, you know.
Does she attend school?
Oh yeah, she goes to Osage Elementary School every day. She enjoys the music about her and swinging on the swings, the art classes, and all the activities. She's really excited about her school.
Well, this trial is about Goldilocks having bad manners. Do you think she has bad manners?
Oh goodness, no. She forgets occasionally, but like most little girls do, I know she tries to use good manners. I think the only reason she went into the bear's house because the porridge smelled so good. And after she ate the porridge, she simply wanted to stay there until the bears returned to tell them how good the porridge was. She certainly did not intend any harm, and I know that she did not mean to break the chair. But Goldie has told me that the chair was already broken when she sat in it.
You know, she is not very big, and I don't think she could break the chair.
Where is Mr. Locks today?
Oh, he wanted to be here, but he had a very important meeting. He's a lawyer, you know, and lawyers are always going to very important meetings. At least that's what he tells me. I'm sure he would say the same thing about Goldilocks if he were here.
Is there anything else you would like to say, Mrs. Locks?
Well, we are sorry that the bears are convinced, but if they would like to come to our house for breakfast, I would be glad to fix them some of my porridge. Maybe Mrs. Bear could even show me how she makes it so yummy.
Thank you, Mrs. Locks. You may step down.
Are there any closing statements?
Your Honor, we have shown that Goldilocks, without being invited, walked into the bear's home, ate Baby Bear's porridge, broke Baby Bear's chair, and slept in her bed. She did all of this without being invited, and I certainly think that meets the test of bad manners. Even though Goldilocks knew better, that is no excuse. I am sure the jury agrees that one who displays good manners does not do such things.
Thank you, Attorney for Bears.
Your Honor, we have shown that Goldilocks is a good little girl. She has said that she meant no harm by going into the bear's house, and the door was open. The porridge smelled so good she couldn't resist, and after she ate the porridge, she just wanted to wait for the bears to come home and thank them. She did not mean to break Baby Bear's chair, and in fact, there is no real evidence that she broke the chair. I think the chair was broken when she sat in it. She is not bringing any to have broken the chair. She is sorry and she feels upset in the bed, but she was just waiting for the bears to come home so she could thank them and ask them how to make the porridge, the yummy porridge. She did not display any bad manners. In fact, she showed good manners by waiting for the bears to walk back home.
Thank you, Attorney for Locks. Can all the attorneys please stand? Well, you can stand in your spot. Okay. Does that conclude the evidence of this trial here today?
1, 2, 3. Yes, it does.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, jury, you have now heard the evidence. Now it's your job to decide whether Goldilocks has bad manners. Will you please go with the bailiff to the jury room, also known as these 4 chairs right up here. And after you have decided, you're going to come back and tell the court whether Goldilocks showed bad manners by entering the house of the 3 bears and eating the porridge, sitting in baby's chair, and sleeping in the bed. So normally, in a court, they're sequestered into a separate room, but here you guys are gonna get an inside look at the deliberations.
What's that?
It's when they get to discuss whether they think that Goldilocks is guilty.
Okay.
So the 4 of you guys, there's no script here.
What?
So, first off, who wants to be the jury foreman? Do you guys remember what I said the foreman does? Anybody? Whoever remembers it gets to be it. It's the person who's going to tell everybody whether you find Goldilocks to be guilty or not guilty. And you want to do it? Okay.
Yeah.
So you're going to be in charge right now. Why don't you figure out what everybody's thinking? You can talk out loud. Pretend we're not here.
Everybody cover your ears.
No, seriously, you guys can talk into your microphones. They want to hear you. What, juror number 2, do you think that she had some bad manners exhibited today?
Yes, she did not ask to go into their house, which I think is very disrespectful.
Okay. Anybody else think that that's disrespectful? You do?
Yes.
What did you find convincing? Did you find any of the witnesses' testimony particularly convincing?
Yes.
Who did you believe the most?
I don't know.
What about you, juror number 3?
I think Goldilocks is innocent because
Okay.
she just walked in thinking she was a guest. She probably only did it by accident.
Okay. Juror number 4, what do you think?
I think she's innocent.
Wait, so we have innocent. What did you say? You think she's guilty?
Guilty.
Oh, well, this is what we call a hung jury.
Guilty.
So normally, if we had a lot of time, they would try to convince each other, right? Whoever sat in a jury, you try to tell what you thought. So do you guys want to try to convince your fellow jury members?
Okay.
What do you think?
Yes. But I think a little bit was Baby Bear's fault because she forgot to close the door.
Order.
Guilty.
Okay, wait. Why do you think it was Baby Bear's fault a little bit?
She forgot to close the door.
Okay. Well, that's an important fact, right? That's something that you heard in the evidence.
Say they're all guilty.
Any other things that you thought were important? Any of the evidence that you heard? Is anybody changing their mind?
I am.
You are? What do you think now?
I think Goldilocks is guilty.
Okay. And why did you change? What's convincing you now?
She walked in uninvited.
Okay, so now she's uninvited?
Yes. Mostly because Baby Bear forgot to close the door.
So wait, who thinks so? So Shay, what are you? Do you think she's guilty or innocent?
Guilty!
Ophelia,
Guilty!
Allie,
Guilty!
Peyton.
Guilty?
Do you want to change your opinion? Because you don't have to. This is part of the. Why do you feel strong? Do you feel strongly about her being innocent? Hold on.
Because I still think she's innocent.
And why do you feel strongly about that? What made you originally think that she was innocent? And this is important because when you're in a jury, you're going to be in a jury probably in 10 plus years. And there's going to be people that try to convince you one way, but you can feel strong about your thoughts. So what made you think that?
Well, she did come in uninvited though, but she did also try to also the bears weren't home so she was trying to thank them for the porch.
So you think that's displaying some good manners? Okay. Well, again, we're not going to sit here all night. The attorney's job is done. I was explaining to the girls how the most important position here is the jury because they ultimately get to decide the fate because everyone wanted a speaking role, but this is actually, in the judicial system, the most important role. And you all get to be, hopefully, a member of a jury one day. So, are we 3-1?
Yes.
Okay? It's okay, you're not going to jail.
Goldilocks is guilty.
Okay, so now as it's A criminal case is technically supposed to be unanimous, but because we're in the Girl Scouts Court of Law, we're gonna do majority rules. So, the majority, Ms. Foreman, what does the majority of the jury say?
Guilty.
Announce it into the thing.
Guilty!
Okay, bailiff, you can take Miss Goldilocks away.
Shave off her locks.
Baby Bear's guilty too.
That's it. That's all we have. We just wanted to kind of show them something different, and we think they all had fun with it, so hopefully they did, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it.
Calm down. Everybody calm down. What? Shave off, please calm down.
No more speaking. We're still being videotaped, guys.
Shave off your locks.
Yeah, this is, by the way, you guys, if you don't know, they're sending the Girl Scouts a video, so we're being videotaped right now.
We'll get a copy to everybody. We will stand up there so yeah.
Can all of the Girl Scouts please come on up here? We can take a picture.
Yay!
Wait. Let's. I can't see. So, yeah, you guys come around me. You guys aren't sitting in chairs. Come around me. Come behind me.
Not guilty.
No.
Goldilocks is guilty.
In a line.
No.
I can't see what it looks like, so tell them where to go.
Goldilocks guilty.
Hold on, are all the girls in?
I'm squished.
Hold on, we need Brooke. Wait.
I'm squished.
Girls, shift down a little bit that way. Shift down.
Shift down.
Guys, let's take a nice serious picture. No, Pen, let's do a nice one.
Can you see all the girls? Where are we looking? Look at everyone.
Straight ahead, guys.
Say guilty.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Thank you for watching. I still agree that we should shave off her locks.
Okay, girls, we're still being videotaped. Off of the mics. Thank you.
Thank you for everybody to come. Thank you.
Kelly, did you want to say anything or are you good?
Thank you.
Do you want to say anything? Okay.